Hello, my friends. Today, I am going to show you how you can stop playing small and start living life as big as it should be, or at least as big as you want it to be. All right. Everybody's consideration of what living large is different. So I want you to know that if you're like, well, my goal is this big, or the way I want to live is this big, and you're talking this big, don't worry about it, honey. That's what today is about. It's for you to decide what is playing big for you. What game do you want to play? Where do you want to fit into the world? So many people are waiting for something to be handed to them, a sign from the world, or something laid out on their plate to say, this is what you should be doing. Certainty. This is the only thing. You're going to make money off this. You're going to get skinny from it. You're going to be happier from it. But you know what? Sometimes it starts with us. Well, I shouldn't say sometimes, all the time. There is nothing that's coming to save you. It's you, my friend. You are already here. So my name is Zan, and I'm here to tell you that there's no reason for playing small. You get to play as big, medium, or whatever size you want to. Okay. So we're all born with this potential of infinite greatness. But sometimes we don't realize it because we're so busy worrying about what other people think or what society wants us to think, right? What dictates our attention? What are those influences that cause us to feel or think in a certain way, right? We focus so much on that. And you guys know, if you've heard me before, I believe we're all racehorses, baby. And we are at the starting line of the Belmont Stakes. I think that one isn't really bad with horse racing, but we need to put our horse blinders on and get focused on where we're going, not what everybody else is doing, not where everyone else wants us. It's for us. Okay. So that's what I want us to focus on today. Okay. Because in this video, I'm going to teach you some simple steps of how you can step out of your comfort zone and live life a little bit bigger, louder, more energetic, warmer, cooler, whichever temperature you like, spicier, saltier, sweeter, umamier. I don't know. What is it, the flavor that you want in your life? It's time for you to decide and choose, because nobody is going to tell you. You have to figure that out, right? Because the fact is, I've said it before, life is like a river. That's what I believe. Some people think that they can just stay and that their life will stay exactly the same, and that it's like, oh, well, I don't need excitement or anything. Well, honestly, I don't believe anybody stays right where they're at in their life. I believe it's a river. And if you're not swimming forward, if you're not paddling forward hard, it's carrying you backwards. And normally not in a straight line. It's normally trying to suck you over into a whirlpool or into a old snag of old trees, into rocks, right? Very rarely does it take you where you want to go. And you go, oh my God, the river's amazing. Nobody says that. Right? Unless they are prepared for it and they are swimming like hell and they have their boat, which is their goals, their dreams, their focus, right? Unless they have their life jacket on, my friend. We've talked about you need to put your oxygen mask on first as the plane is depressurizing, right? That's what playing big is. It's about you putting your mask on first and stopping worrying about, oh God, everyone else needs to be taken care of first. Okay, this is about you focusing on you. People say, Zandra, that's selfish. No, it's not. It's selfish for you to be sitting there saying, oh gosh, I shouldn't be doing this great thing for myself or the world because it's selfish. No, for you to hold back who you really are and the gifts and talents that you have, that is selfish. The world needs you, my friend. You see what's going on. You read the news or you hear the news. You see what's people, how disheartened they are on Facebook and Instagram. That's what I noticed. The negativity, it's about people losing the ability to dream, not being able to believe that there could be something better, right? Or trying to ram down our throats what they think we should be doing. Again, it's somebody else's vision. And that's the problem with the extremists. They want us to believe their vision. I need you to get laser clear on your vision, right? I need you to push yourself out of your comfort zone and start doing things that you haven't done before. Is it uncomfortable? Is it scary? Yes. But you know what? Scary and exciting feel the same way and actually are the exact same emotion, except I decide if it's a negative or a positive. Does it energize me? This physiological response that's happening in my body? Because that's all it is. It's just physiology. Our brains are the ones that say this is a good thing or this is a bad thing. So whenever I get nervous now, I go, I'm excited. Right? That's what it is, because it feels the same way. It's me going, oh gosh, it's scary, or holy crap, it's exciting. I still don't know what's coming. I still am just have this feeling inside of me. And that's why I picked this picture behind me today, this screen. What does this mean for me? Well, this is my first, when I did the rock and roll half marathon in Las Vegas in 2017. I did it all by myself. Corey was there. Oops. Sorry, guys. Corey was there, but he wasn't running at that point. He was just having drinks on the sidelines and waiting for me to come. So he was pretty feeling good at the end of it. But this is me mid-race. I was alone for almost 3 hours. You're talking to people kind of, but you're tired as hell. You're breathing. I went to the bathroom probably like 18 times before the race even started because my tummy was in such a mess. But the fact is, I didn't care. I was going to do this, even if I had to walk the whole thing. There were so many different people that were fitter than I am, that were less fit than I was, that had a cool story. Seriously, it was just amazing. All of the people. And there was very few people that had it all together and were super fit and did all these things. It was just a lot of regular folks. There was even what they called the Biggest Losers Running Club, and they were all severely obese people that were on their fitness journey. So they were walk running the whole half marathon, right? Crazy. It was amazing. And I got to run with them for a while, and we cheered and hooted and hollered. It was good times. But it was scary. And how did it come about? Because I had to push myself out of my comfort zone. So miss you, Deb. Love you, girl. Can't wait to see you counting down the days, my friend. So this is why I chose this background, because I was so scared. But I'm like, I want to do this. I want to try this. My nickname was Sports Goofy. I've never been in shape and done all these things. So this was a test for me. Did I know that I could do it? No. Before I ran this, I'd been training for it, but the longest I'd run before the event was 9 kilometers, because I could only run during my kids' Taekwondo class, and it was only an hour. So I had to run as much as I could in that hour and then get back to the class to pick them up. So the longest I'd really run on pavement, I'd done some longer trail runs, but not much. I think I did about a 13, and it was a run walk, and it was over a very long amount of time because I walked a lot of it because it was hilly. This was a completely flat on pavement. So in that, I hadn't run anything further than 9 kilometers, and I did it. All right. So how do we do these things? Because you're like, yeah, Zan, that's nice to hear. What do we do? Where do you start? I want to give you 4 quick tips on how to start getting out of your comfort zone. And you know what? I'm not going to kid you. You do just have to kick yourself in the ass. Or you call on me and you say, Zan, I need you to kick me in my ass in the most loving way possible, because I know you can do this shit. Okay. I wouldn't ask you to do anything I didn't think you could do. I know you can do this. I know you can figure out and go after what it is that you want most. And even then, if you go, yeah, wasn't so great, who cares? Get ready to set another goal. That's what my life is all about. Going after what I want, as scary as it is. All righty. So what are the steps that I would tell you? There's a million of them. I'm going to focus on 4 today because I want to get you guys out of here at a decent time, as always. So number 1, where do we start? You need to identify the voice in your head that tells you to play small. And you go, it's there all the time. I don't know where it came from. No, you do. You need to start thinking back because normally when we think small, it's because we have a negative self-image about ourselves in some way. So I want you to think about it. So say you go, oh, I'd love to become the manager of that organization, but oh, geez, man, I'm not good at being in charge of people. I need you to think about, where did that thought come from? I need you to dig deep. Because the fact is, you didn't just dream that up. It didn't just come to you in a bad dream and you started believing it. It was planted in your head. Whether it could have been something that somebody said directly to you. It could have been something that somebody said off the cuff and didn't even say it to you, but you internalized it. That's what I do a lot, is internalize. I assume that everybody's talking about me, right? They're not. They're racehorses too, and they've got their blinders on. And if they are in your business, it's because they're a drama llama, and really they're trying to trip you up. So that's how you know. And somebody's in your business for negative purposes. You need to go, back away, Satan, not today. No, thank you. I do not need your support, or we'll call it support. I'm fine. I'm good. I got this. Right? You don't give those people a foot in your door. But I need you to go back. Was it that teacher in grade 3? Was it your grandma? Was it that bully? Was it that boss that made you feel smaller? A lot of times it's people that have power over us, whether it be physical power, mental power, spiritual power. It may be just somebody that we follow on Facebook that whenever we see how good they're doing, we feel like that diminishes us. So you need to start to track, where are this bad medicine coming from, right? Bad medicine being our negative thoughts and words about ourselves. Who put this bad medicine on you? How did that infiltrate your heart, mind, and soul? Because once we start getting to the root of it, we can go, oh my gosh, that person's been dead for 100 years, whatever, 10 years. And that's a lot when I coach people, is that's what they'll tell me. Oh, it was from this person. I'm like, oh, are they paying you now? And they're like, what are you talking about? I go, well, do they pay your rent? Do they put a roof over your head? Well, no. Then why are you giving them all that free time to dictate who you are? So you need to figure out who is telling you, where does that pattern come from, and start to identify. And don't worry about if you're struggling. This is a path, man. This is a journey. You need help, reach out, and let's figure this out together. Talk to people. You have family members. They were raised in the same household as you. Go talk to them, ask them about their experiences, right? But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It's about you going, I choose not to think that anymore. I choose not to allow that. And we've got lots of videos in the past for that. And we'll be talking more about it in the future. Because to me, it's really about changing our mindset always when we are going after our dream life. Number 2, challenge those thoughts, right? When you figure out what those thoughts are that keep you playing small, you need to challenge those thoughts by asking yourself, what might happen if I play bigger than this? What might happen if this wasn't true, this belief that I have? What might happen if I didn't fail? What might happen if I didn't have a fear of failing, that I just went, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's try it, right? It's like trying a new food. Most of us don't go, oh, I'm scared to try this because what if I hate it? There are those like super phobes, but most people are like, I don't know what to expect. And that's what we need to start doing. Who knows? My husband planned this ocean fishing trip out of Prince Rupert last year, or a long time ago now, and it ended up getting put off because of COVID. And they finally said to us, it's go time. You need to do this or not. Everything's opened up, and we didn't have a lot of choice, and it's been kind of last moment. I'd kind of forgotten all about it. And I get really bad motion sickness. Or that's the story I constantly tell myself. Yeah, I get car sick. But I've also done roller coasters for 3 days in a row because I had appropriate amount of gravel and my little C-bands. So long story short, I'd made up this story to myself that, oh no, I'm going to die of seasickness if I go on this boat. And my husband really wants me to go. And I stopped as I was preparing for this. And I went, oh my gosh, why are you assuming the worst? You're going to let the worst thoughts come up. And I'm like, I'll be dead in the boat. I'll be throwing up for 3 days straight. Or I'll be sleeping from gravel is the more likely thing. I'll just be drugged up on gravel for the whole time. But likely I'll have sick times, and likely I'll have times when I don't feel sick. So I'm going to choose to focus on that. And I said I would go. It's scaring the crap out of me. But you know what? Scared and exciting are the same things. I'm going to bring a shit ton of gravel with me and some C-bands. What the hell? Let's give it a whirl. It's only 3 days. It's not like it's 3 weeks, right? So I'm going to play bigger. I'm going to choose to play bigger and see what happens, because that's what life is, right? If you're not going to die from it, if you're not going to lose your family, if you like, I'm serious. People go, oh, Sam, quit being so dramatic. No, I know, but that's what we usually do when we say no to our goals, is we get overly dramatic. And what if this doesn't work? And oh my God, the world's going to come to an end. I need you to start saying, what could be the other side of that? I want you to truly think of the pros and cons, the positives and the negatives, the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats from these choices and decisions that you're making. Number 3, set a goal and focus on it. Don't let anything distract you from achieving it. And you go, Sam, I'm so busy. I have so many emergencies. That is the number one thing that I hear from people that I'm coaching. the emergencies. Everything's an emergency. Yes, everything's an emergency. And I think about it, fires, natural disasters like that, accidents, right? People's life and death. Things do come up. But the fact is, if every single thing in your life is an emergency, then, and you don't take control of it and start to kind of prioritize and triage these emergencies, start looking at it and saying on a scale of 1 to 10, how dangerous and how important is it for me to address this thing? Everything can't be a 911 on your radar. Otherwise, like even firefighters, doctors, they're not like that. Why are you like that? But we will. Oh my God, everything's an emergency in my life. Is it? Or is it just that you're the doer for everybody else? So anytime somebody has a problem, you fix it. That's not an emergency, right? You can prioritize those things and say, you know what? I'm going to get to that right after I spend this hour working on my manuscript for my new book. I'm going to get to this, right? We have to start scheduling our dreams and goals into our everyday. We need to start saying, you know what? This is important because, and that's why we've talked about it in the past, your why has to be bigger than your why not. If you're like, I'm sort of committed to this goal, then everything else will take a priority over your goal. If you say, I don't care, I am going to make time, small steps every single day working towards my goal, nothing can stop me. And everybody can carve out that 15 minutes, that hour, that half hour. What is it that you need? And most people overestimate what it's going to take them to reach their goal. I don't have time to exercise for an hour a day, Zen. Do you have time for 15 minutes? Well, yeah, what's that going to do? You'd be amazed. More than nothing. And that's what we say. We need to break those goals down really tiny so that you can feel successful every day. And you need to put on your blinders because you are a racehorse, my friend. So stay focused on the prize. Finally, find somebody who's already playing big and ask them how they got there, right? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for my friend Amanda. She got an amazing interview with the ever fabulous John Brink and got to pick his brain about business and this and that and the other thing. And the wonderful little nuggets that she was able to gain from spending this time, and super generous dude with his time. That's why I offer my half-hour consults. It's not because I'm like, oh, I live so big, but I think I do. I think I do live pretty big. I think I do live I live courageously, which means I move forward even with fear. I do stuff that scares the crap out of me all the time. Why? Because what else is there? I don't want to live a life half fulfilled, right? Fulfillment is one of my number one goals. That's why it's so important to know what your goals are and your values, right? I want to be fulfilled. I do not want to go into the ground with any unfulfilled goals and things that I wanted to do. I want to do it all. And there's big, medium, and little things all throughout my life. So don't focus on it always being a climbing Mount Everest. Like I said, y'all know my singing fixation. So singing's definitely on my list. Scares the crap out of me, but I'm ready. Watch out, 80s in the sand. Zan is coming to sing some karaoke. Very scary. So there you go. That's what I want you to think. Reach out and ask for help. So what do we got? 4 points. Identify the voice in your head that tells you to play small. Challenge those thoughts by asking yourself, what might happen if I played bigger? Set a goal, focus on it, and don't let anything distract you from achieving it. And finally, find someone who is already playing big. Ask them how they got there. And finally, you say, all right, where do I go? Where do I start? I got a fantastic place for you to start. You can reach out, people, book a call with me, right? 30 minutes. Let's talk about your goals, your dreams. Let's talk about the voice that's getting in that messaging that you've got, and how do we get rid of it, right? That's getting in your way, and how do we get rid of it? So, and then you can join the 90-day Dream Life Project. We are getting ready to do another intake here shortly, but it's ongoing. You come in whenever you want. It's about you figuring out what you want and us creating a plan, an environment for you to move through. Is it about reaching the biggest goal ever in 90 days? We want you to focus on that 90. We want you to focus on that 1 year goal, that 2 year goal, that 5. But really, we've got the next 90 days with you. So we're not going to expect you to change everything. This is really about you feeling successful, picking the thing that's going to have the biggest impact in your life and to go after it, right? And to really start focusing your attention on that for that time. Okay. So that's what we want. Oh, I'm so happy, Rhonda. We all need this reminder, girl. But that's it. It's time. Everybody's sitting there waiting for somebody else to tell them what to do, how to do it. People ask me, how do I get motivated? How do I get inspired? You're going to hear the same thing from me, just in a different way. It's about you figuring out and feeling that you're worthy of going after a goal. It doesn't have to be the goal. For some of us, we got to start smaller, right? Whatever that means. But that's, to me, is what it is okay, did I start running? Did I go right into a 21-kilometer run? No, I started running. Did I start running right off the bat? No, I started walking and I got bored of walking. So then I saw a flight of stairs at a school one day. So I went, I wonder how many times I can walk up and down those stairs. And I did that for a few weeks. And I went, this is boring, because I started trying to beat my time every time. I'm like, I'm going to do 12 flights of stairs in this amount of time. And then the one day I went, wow, I feel strong. I'm going to try running. And it was crazy because of the stair work that I did and the walking. I literally started walking right away, and it never hurt anything. And that's what people, if anyone's like, Zan, how did you start running? I built up my leg strength. Like, people just start running and they haven't done squats. They have weak leg muscles. Of course, that's going to hurt like hell. I'm a big believer in starting building squats, lunges, all that kind of stuff. Doing hills, right? Walking on that incline on your treadmill, so that you can strengthen all the muscles and the tendons and the connective tissues all in your legs. Then I tell people to start running, because it's not as hard as you think, right? So I love you guys. I'd love for you to come and join me in the Dream Life Project. I'm so proud of the people that we got in our group right now. You guys are killing it. Thank you. I love you. You make every day so exciting to wake up and see the positive energy, the positive, putting your magic out into the world, putting your good medicine. I want to thank you, each and every one of you who are stepping up every single day to sprinkle that sparkle that you have all over the world, because we need it, my friends. Sparkle, right? Spray it around. Everybody wants it. Okay. Love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Let me know if you're watching this. #live, #replay. I'm going to do a draw at the end of today. I'm going to find some more stuff. I'm kind of behind on my draws, right? So let me know if this is something you want. Watch this, tag a friend, start bringing people into our group, man. And I want to give some prizes away. So the 40 of you that commented on what you could speak on for 30 minutes, I'm going to do a live today. I think I'm going to check in with Stacia. And I'll maybe put all of your names into a little whirly gig. And what is it that I'm going to give you? Oh, that cup, it's over there. But it's a special customized Drama Llama mug that my beautiful people at Novelty Inc. in Prince George. I love you guys. Mwah, you make the best mugs, logo materials. You're amazing. So I'm going to have a lovely mug that they created special for me, and I'm going to be giving that away later today. So if you haven't commented, go back in the group and you'll see what could you speak on for 30 minutes. Put what you could speak on. I don't care if it's about making moonshine pie. If that's what you need to do, that's your talent, baby. Put her down there. Oh, I can't wait. Sorry, little inside jokes with some of my dear friends. But yeah, for sure. So let's do this. Let me know how I can be of service to you. And let us know if you've got any ways that you were playing small. Please put them in the comment box. Like, this group is a support group, and that's what we're here. I yap at you guys, but the more you yap back at me and each other, the greater this group is. Alrighty? Have a fantastic weekend and get out, kick some ass, get clear on what it is that you want, and go big, people. Go big! You deserve it. And so does the world.